we were trying to do this last week. We were not able to just because of time, but I made sure that we had our schedule clear up for today. So we're going to do our three best and three worst of one Michael Keaton.
I'll go first if no one wants to. I'll start with my three best, and they're pretty obvious, of course. Gung Ho, Mr. Mom, and Beetlejuice. I mean, if you've never seen Gung Ho, fast talking Michael Keaton at his best. It just Hunt Stevens is one of the funniest to me, one of the funniest characters of the '80s, man, because he was every fast talking, talk you out of your shoes, sell you anything guy, and it works because only Michael Keaton could be that character during that time to me. Mr. Mom, it's Mr. Mom. Everybody's seen Mr. Mom, or at least I hope you have. And Beetlejuice is another one of those classics that you owe it to yourself to see that movie if you haven't. To me, that's his finest work, and he's had some pretty good movies, but he's had some stinkers too. His stinkers, God, I've seen several. Multiplicity. I don't know if anybody remembers that, where Michael Keaton cloned himself to give himself more time to himself. You wanted to like it, but you couldn't. That movie didn't allow for you to like it. It stunk. Trying to think, what was another bad one? Was it Pacific Heights? He had a real dramatic turn. This was like right around the Batman era. Yeah, the movie was him playing like this stalker who he lives in this apartment building in San Francisco, and he's obsessed with this young couple. So he stalks them and makes their lives miserable.
Pacific Heights.
It's Pacific Heights. Yeah, that was coming.
Matthew Modine, Melanie Griffith.
Yeah. None of that was good. I don't know, man. It's like it depends on how you view Michael Keaton. Like even when he was Batman, I still saw him as Beetlejuice, or you know what I mean? Because he's funny. I like Batman, but I always have that vision of Michael Keaton being Beetlejuice or being Hunt Stevens or being Johnny Dangerously, one of these funny characters that I love, you know. I couldn't get over Michael Keaton trying to be a creepy stalker, so it really just took me out of it. And like his intense faces was like, it was comical, so I just couldn't get into it. And the third one, that's a toss up between Herbie Fully Loaded and Jack Frost. If I got to pick at gunpoint, I'm gonna take Jack Frost because that was fucking terrible. That was just terrible. That was a no, fam. They should have never allowed that movie to happen.
No.
Yeah, I mean, they had good intentions, good kids movie, you know, but it didn't work. The CGI was terrible, and it was too, like, I don't know, it was too late in the '90s for a lot of what they were trying to do. The whole cowabunga dude, your dad's dead, now he's a snowman thing, and now he's snowboarding down the side of a hill. Nah, dude, this is morbid, and it's trying to be family oriented. That's not. So yeah, I'm going with Jack Frost on that one.
All right,
that's my three.
Thanks.
I think I'm willing to take this one. So my three are Batman Returns, because I like Batman, but I like Batman 2 because it seemed like he was a little more comfortable in the role and he wasn't overshadowed. I can't say overshadow, but it wasn't the theory. It wasn't Jack Nicholson doing Joker beside him. It's like Penguin and Catwoman were all good, but they weren't that. And it's like there was a different. You could definitely see that he was the feature player versus Jack Nicholson's Joker featured in the first one.
Jace, can I say something real quick to that point?
Yes.
That movie is painfully underrated in my opinion.
Which one, Batman?
Batman Returns.
Oh, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
I think because what came after it all was worse. I mean, we was it's like you get from that, you get Batman Forever, then you go to some movies that you don't want to even remember that you saw, and it was just like, come on, guys. So it's just like it's like his like Batman Returns almost could have been the one if you saw that almost and then went to Dark Knight Returns. That would almost make sense. It's like, man, this dude is pissed, man. It's just, man, he thought he was about to get out of this crap, man. Then y'all did this to him, man. Shit. I don't blame him. The next one is Birdman, because that movie, it basically goes right after. I mean, like how the dude's like this great actor, he's a superhero character, and then I was trying to find that dramatic role, trying to get back on stage, and it's just. You follow that dude at that point. You're just like, damn. I mean, I don't know how he didn't win best actor for that one, did he? Or was he even in
for which one?
Birdman. I'm thinking almost. And
I'm looking real fast. I
think he was actually nominated at the very least. Now that I say that.
No, he was just a nominee for it.
Okay, a nominee's okay. I mean,
no, I'm just curious. Okay, yeah, but he was nominated. He was really good in that.
Yeah, so that's definitely one. And then I know there's the theme on this one, but I really liked him in Spider-Man. Like, I mean, I liked him in some of the other, like Gung Ho and Beetlejuice, but I really liked how he was like the father trying to do what he does, and then it's like, hey, and then he has that conversation with Peter Parker in the car. He's like, oh shoot, this dude might be a psycho. So I really liked him in that one. Now we're gonna go to the worst. Javon correctly called one of them Multiplicity. It was not the way to go. Next, he kind of got dragged into some of the early Jennifer Lopez movies. So Out of Sight gets on his one. Sorry, that was not your fault. And then RoboCop. No, I don't mean the one with Peter Weller. I mean with
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, dude, I regard that movie like being trapped in a car with somebody who egg farted, and the windows just won't roll down. Like, you can't roll down the windows.
Yeah.
Because there's no escape.
There's no escape.
Yeah, there's no escape.
That was just like, nah, man. Just who? I mean, no. Everyone involved in this should just told no. It's bad Jew. And Michael Keaton takes that one too. So that's my list.
All right, I'm gonna go with my worst. RoboCop, absolutely. That was just bad on every level. Just a terrible idea, poorly executed, and we should have just stopped it before anybody came up to the boardroom and said, "I've got an idea for a RoboCop remake." Stop right there. It's not happening.
Get out.
Yes, you're fired. Film that Michael Keaton did, Need for Speed, which RoboCop was terrible. Michael Keaton could only do so much in that, but in Need for Speed, he was actively one of the bad parts of that movie. That was the racing game turned movie, and it was just terrible. That was a hard one to make into a movie. Yeah, it was like, let's try to do Fast and Furious off a video game. It sounded terrible on paper, and it was worse on the big screen. So that one, and I think I'm going to have to go with Javon on that Herbie Fully Loaded. Because, yeah, man, not good. For my best of, this was tough because I was looking through his film catalog and I realized I was actually going to have to leave Batman Returns off. And that surprised me because I really liked that. And I thought he was really good in that one, too. But yeah, it's just going to be an honorable mention for me on this. That movie I just love because of the whole journalism feel to it, and he was great as the editor, and it was just a really good role for him. and kind of more of what I wanted to see after Birdman from him. I loved his work in Spider-Man: Homecoming too. He was just really good, and he captured that classic Spider-Man villain feel where there was personal stakes, and he was kind of sleazy, but he had a motive, so you understood why he was a bad guy, and he wasn't trying to, that was an easy role to mess up, and he navigated it perfectly. And my last one, I got to go with Mr. Mom because that was one where I was like, this dude is really one of my favorite actors, and I just love how just the whole thing is just great. It was a perfect microcosm of the '80s, and he's great in it. And his career is really good when you think about it because it spans several decades of at least one classic film. And you could argue about Beetlejuice. I don't really know if the whole movie was as good, with Jennifer Lopez kind of dragging it down, but he was good. I really liked his character in it. So that's my top three for Michael Keaton. All right, Gunner, what's your three best, three worst of Michael Keaton?
I mean, three best. And that was hard because I like a lot of stuff he was in. You know what I mean? So I'm like, come on. So anything with man in it, Batman, Birdman, Spider-Man, but honorable mention Spider-Man. But I'm gonna go with Batman, of course, because come on, like everybody was skeptical back then, except for every 9-year-old like us. And then then you know what I mean, that's not just nostalgia. Like he actually didn't do a bad Tim Burton type of Batman, right? Because they're like freaking frack back then, right? Beetlejuice, of course. I liked Birdman because I liked the premise of it. Honorable mention for real goes to Founder, when he played the McDonald's dude. So yeah, those are my three best with the honorable mention. Worst? Oof, Multiplicity is the worst thing any actor could have done, especially Michael Keaton. I mean, it just speaks for itself. That's it. Only other one I can really think of that I really did watch or something, or glimpsed at, I should say, maybe Quicksand. That was pretty terrible. He's been in like a lot of movies, so I'm gonna say those two for real. Yeah, for bad. I can't think of anything bad that I actually did see. You know what I mean? So
Right. Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna go with his bad ones first. First and foremost, Jack Frost.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't for me. Second of all, I'm on the completely opposite side with Gunner here. Batman. Now, Jack's performance was good, but whenever I looked at Bruce, he was just too scrawny. Like, Michael Keaton's not a very big dude. And when you talk about Bruce Wayne, he is a dude that works out religiously. That's what he does. Like, and just Michael Keaton never did it for me. Even as a kid, I remember thinking, damn, Batman, like, what's wrong with Batman? I couldn't figure it out until I got older. The third one, I'll probably have to go with maybe whatchamacallit? Maybe Spider-Man. I just didn't find Michael Keaton at this point in his career as a very convincing bad guy as the Vulture. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like it was a bad performance. It's just more or less like he doesn't fit a bad guy role to me, and he doesn't fit a superhero role to me. Like he's like that Family Man guy. His best roles: Beetlejuice, Mr. Mom was hilarious. That Feed That Baby Chili scene was still a classic to this day. And Johnny Dangerously. I know it was a foolish movie, but it just had some classic lines in it. Him and Joe Piscopo. So I really enjoyed those three: Beetlejuice, Johnny Dangerously, and the other one I mentioned. So those are my best, my three worst of Michael Keaton.
Good deal.